How did a 17-year-old boy and his friend cause a countrywide manhunt whilst going viral online for a new song at the time? This was the beginning and end of TK's career and ultimately ended his life as a free man. So what did he do and why was he wanted and how did he get caught? Born in Long Beach, California to gang-affiliated parents who were very absent in his life, Tamor Trayvon McIntyre grew up in a family with a father who was imprisoned for a drug trade gone wrong, and after that his mother lost custody of TK and her daughter, Kayla Kay. In their family life, Tamor and Kayla were verbally and physically abused to the point which they had to run away. In this time they experienced foster care, being homeless, and being exposed to this at such a young age had to take a toll on his mental health. Once they reached an age of 13 and 11, their father finally got released and they moved to Texas with their father. Just when they thought they could finally settle, they ended up being forced into leaving again, and at this point Tamor was 15 and unable to get a job, so he went into the streets. TK was selling drugs from 16 and this was his source of income for a while. At the time of struggle, TK had a talent. He got access to the internet and found SoundCloud. Tamor went under the name of TK and he released his debut track, Biff X Anen, on SoundCloud. And he was 16, he continued to consistently drop a single once a month for the next year, until the age of 17. During this time, we would hear early versions of what would be released on the album #SantanaWorld, including the singles Lemonade, Murder She Wrote, Mega Man, Love My Chopper, Dat Way, Sarah and Rock. These were released on his other albums that he released in 2017, being Capital Murder 101 and America's Most Wanted. However, the one song that wasn't previewed in the other albums was The Race, which would be his last song that he would release before his court case. On March 27th of 2012, TK and his friend decided to cut off their ankle monitors and flee. During this time, they were sending snippets to his socials to taunt the police. The manhunt lasted 3 months until they were eventually found in San Montana, Texas. Hours after getting caught, TK decided to release the song The Race and the music video on the 1st of July, after being arrested the day before. Somehow, this single became his most popular song, and this gained support from his fan base and other rappers that remixed his song The Race were 21 Savage and Young Nudie. #FreeTK was a common tag at the time of his arrest. But why was there a manhunt? TK was convicted of 3 counts of murder, aggravated robbery, and he pleaded guilty to 2 of the 3 counts on July 15, only for him to be found guilty by the jury on the 3rd count as well, only 4 days later. He's currently facing 55 years in jail, with parole possible after 27.5 years. So the way TK actually set up this crime was after him and his friend cut off their ankle monitors, they went on a crime spree. When arriving at Walker's house, they were armed with the intention to steal drugs and money. When a woman unlocked the door, TK and his friends proceeded to rob Violette and his friend Ethan Walker. This would turn to a fatal confrontation which would lead to the death of Walker, as TK and his friends were trying to leave. After TK was found guilty for his charges and sentenced to 55 years, his fanbase started a #FreeTK online until the point at which the victims of the family had to speak out. Belote and Walker's family sued TK for $1 million in damages from the record label 88 Classics. Walker's father, Richard Walker, took a stand after the verdict was read and thanked the jury. He said that he hates TK for using his son's death to make a profit. His famous statement about TK is that every lyric to The Race is stained with my son's blood. Every free TK shirt that was ever sold was sold with my son's blood on it. That must be a painful experience for any parent, and it's a shame that he didn't survive. Rest in peace, Ethan Walker and the other 2 victims. In an interview by TK's uncle and TK's mother, she opened up saying that he was proud to see that her son had achieved fame, but at what cost? TK was clearly a troubled child trying to find a way to make money to live after a rough childhood, which would lead him into the crime life. I'm not trying to say that his actions are justified by his past, but it definitely changed his future. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe so we can hit 100 subscribers by the end of the year, and cheers.